The map is on frost. No, heavy rain, as I was distracted by my producer, who just had to correct me on something. I knew that. Right, Ben? Go ahead and introduce our players.
Spawning in the bottom half of heavy rain.
I'm losing my jimmies.
The red Zerg player trailing 0-1.
Ah.
And going 9 pool. 8 pool.
8 pools.
Wow. That is, of course, Hyun. His opponent up in the top hand of the map? Sure, why not? Is the blue Zerg player.
If there are 2 hands, then there must be a bottom and a top hand.
That's right, it makes sense.
On the top side of his knuckles, on, on the upper area of his hand. We got a blue Zerg spawning.
I guess the drones would be mining from the knuckles if that was a hand. It's like a big fist.
This is the fist, and these are...
For some reason he has 2 thumbs. And a big pointy ring.
Now imagine if our hands looked like this. You could do a lot of cool stuff. If you have like 2 thumbs, you could have so much grip on everything.
You know, some people have 6 fingers. It's kind of like having 2 thumbs.
I've never seen anyone with 6 fingers, man.
There's a professional baseball player with 6 fingers. And
is that an unfair advantage?
well, it's funny because he's a pitcher,
Yeah.
and somebody like was complaining, saying that it's unfair. He should get the finger removed because it makes him able to like put more spin on the ball. You know.
I don't know. I guess there has not been enough research about that to consider if that's true or not.
There's also the guy that has he's like the double amputee on his legs, and he's got like the little metal feet, and he runs in the races.
Really fast.
And they wouldn't let him race because they said it was an advantage.
Yeah.
It's like, well, it's an advantage not having legs?
This guy's called Blade Runner, right?
Yeah.
He accidentally shot his girlfriend. That was terrible. I think that's him. I read that story once. I was just like, wow, that's the most terrible story I've ever heard. Anyways, let's focus on this 8 pool that's unfolding over here as Hyun has a bunch of Zerglings running across the map. And it was a hedge first over here for Revival, so Ben, Revival is gonna have to pull off one hell of a stunt over here to not lose a lot of drones. Of course,
this is a tough hold, and he's gonna have to micro very well. Initially, it looks like he's doing an okay job of it. He just wants to buy time for that spawning pool to finish, but my gosh, was it a late pool. As Hyun is in here well in advance of that finishing up, and with more and more lanes streaming in, this is looking great for Hyun.
This is so hard for Revival.
Oh.
And this is too many Zerglings to fight
already. Hyun has finally decided just to let the attack happen, and
so many Zerglings still.
It's worked out so far. It's 10 drones to 12. The one advantage Revival has are the extra hatchery.
It's 9 Zerglings against 8 Zerglings soon, and all of these drones are still not mining.
That's all she wrote. Just
I think it's game over.
Straight up build order win here for Hyun, who rolled the dice and.
It couldn't really have gone any better than this.
Well, actually, he's going to get his links surrounded. What's the final damage? 5 drones to 13.
It's almost game over. It was a hedge first into a 16 pool. And this means that you're going to have to buy a lot of time for yourself. And 8 pool arrives pretty quick.
Yes, it does. And Queen is even already out on the map here for Hyun, so he's going to be able to inject. Oh, will he get that last drone? He's going to try.
I don't think he can. Oh, he just took a hit.
He needs 2 little bloops. He's not going to actually get to do it.
And you might think like, Revival has 2 hatcheries, but it doesn't really matter if you have 2 or 1 hatchery if you only have 9 drones.
Yeah,
so like eventually he's going to have some more larvae to work with, but right now he doesn't even have the money to spend all of the larvae that is available to him. And with this hatchery from Hyun being more than halfway done and actually being on 17 drones against the 12 drones from Revival. Hyun in the test position. Got a little lucky, Ben. Game 1 was amazing. Game 2... Well, if Revival wins this game, it's
that would also be amazing. It's going to be a tall order, though. Yeah. Hyun has everything going for him. It's just a matter of time before he drops his gas, and he can probably win with Speedling Baneling. There's no telling how he's going to transition from here. He's certainly done a good job of putting himself ahead. Surprisingly, the drone count, 17, 18 to just 23 right now. But...
yeah, no extractor just yet.
But Hyun still has double queen. Revival hasn't made a single queen. He's been spending all of his money on drones. So
Hyun is very far ahead, but it might be possible for Revival. There's a small chance. A couple of minutes ago I thought there was 0. Now I think there is like 3% chance.
I would take those odds.
Alright, let's do it.
No, I would bet on Hyun. Is what I mean to say.
So you would bet $100 to win $103?
Well, no.
See? So you wouldn't.
But if my life depended on it, I would take Hyun.
Nice drone micro over there by Revival. Of course, still got to give credit where credit is due. He didn't lose as much there as I guess the majority of us would have lost, but Still, 15 drones have fallen throughout the entire game. He throws down a scout. If he was lucky, he was still able to click on an extractor, but...
Maybe he saw that he doesn't have to worry about speed for quite some time. As
it was hard though, because it died when it was right inside of range.
As both players are going to... Well, actually, Hyun drops a Roach Warren. That's an interesting choice. I don't know that he needs to do the Roach thing, but he's going to play it super safe, doesn't want to take any chances, and he knows that if he gets Roaches out with +1, that there's just no chance that Revival can contend with that. Revival still hasn't taken his gases, Kev. He's just been in absolute drone mode.
He's trying to recover, and I guess that's the only way. Like, if out of his 20 drones, 3 drones are actually mining from an extractor, and 1 is actually forced to mine into or morph into an extractor, he only has 16 workers mining minerals, and he's just going to fall way too far behind. So
it's actually kind of smart what Revival's doing here. He's saying, well, this is a lost game, so I'm just going to be the most greedy I can possibly be, and if Hyun makes the mistake of giving me too much time, then maybe I can steal it. But, you know.
Speed is, well, I won't say about to finish up, but that's not necessarily true, as it's still 30 seconds away from completing. But the work count's still quite a bit in favor of Hyun. 44 against 33. Revival has absolutely nothing to work with right now, other than some slow Zerglings. He is mining gas. I don't think he's ever going to throw down the speed, though, right? He's probably going to go into Roaches. Yeah, that's what he's doing right now. Maybe, you know, with those queens, and if he gets the spine crawling, and maybe Hyun makes too many Zerglings and can break the roll, we have a game. Yeah,
and that would be the kind of a scenario that Revival's sort of hoping for, but Hyun seems to be being so incredibly safe here. He's taking a third base, he's continuing to drone up. He's probably just going to make a huge attack with +1 Roaches and speed and whatever
else
else
he can throw into it. Without the spine crawler, this could be a little tricky as well. There's not that much... How many I actually think without the spine band, this could be a little hard.
Yeah, we'll see. There's a lot of transfuse energy here.
How much? There's not that much. If this first queen is the one that's getting focused.
She's even got a single Ling in front of her.
Of course, Hyun doesn't have to commit to this attack at all. He can just also sit there because, hey, he's the one on 3 bases and he's sitting against the 2-base Zerg. So there's really absolutely no need for him to knock on this wall. I think if he would have gone for it immediately, this could have been kind of tricky for Revival, and there's a chance that he maybe would have lost his Roach one, or those Lings would have streamed in and once again killed quite a few drones before the Roaches would be there to save the day. But Hyun is Hyun, and Hyun's pretty smart. He knows he didn't have to commit to that.
He's playing it the safest way that he knows how. He's basically going to sit on these 3 bases. He's going to see that his opponent does not have 3 bases. He's going to make a lot of Roaches, and eventually he's going to go attack with overwhelming numbers. So Hyun is doing this by the book.
He's going to make more Roaches than his opponent. That drone will most likely not finish into an extractor, right? Or into a hatch. Well, actually it does. I thought that Hyun should have tried to kill it, don't you think so?
Yeah, but he's probably also saying to himself, okay, there's my target for my Roach timing.
He's setting himself up for greater damage.
Yep, Roach speed just finished, so he is going to go ahead and take the journey across the map, and he's going to dare Revival to try and defend it. At the same time, it looks like Lings might be heading for the main base.
Do you think he will ever stop believing?
Don't stop believing.
A lot of Zerglings making it into the main base of Revival, and Revival is just trying to hang in there. Of course, a very important game for him here in WCS America Premier League. Did not want to give up immediately, but he knew he was very far behind. A lot of Roaches in his third and a lot of Zerglings in the main. That's probably going to spell the end for Revival in this game.
GG. It took a little while, but a Hyun victory there was really just a formality after getting so far ahead. Rival's down to 5 drones at one point against 13 or so. So there was really no coming back.